Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Roethlisberger's Steelers going up against Smith's Chiefs. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
As always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome again, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Godden, and yes, the rain is falling now, and it is supposed to continue to fall throughout this game. So how do you think that will impact this contest?
Well, first and foremost, both quarterbacks are going to make sure the officials have those dry footballs coming in each and every play and standing over them sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Kansas City Chiefs sitting at 4-0, and we're going to see them on offense here in a second with Alex Smith, that man at quarterback who's leading the NFL in passer rating through 4 weeks.
Part of the reason the Chiefs are 4-0, right? I think it's a huge reason that Kansas City is 4-0, and this is a guy that I've described in recent weeks as being extremely confident. He's very aware of who he is and understands how to play the game now, doesn't he? And doesn't matter what week, how offense is running, it seems like Alex Smith finds a way to make a difference in the game.
Now the rookie from Toledo, this is Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. So the ball carrier there, Kareem Hunt, the NFL's leading rusher through the first 4 weeks of the year. In fact, he was leading the league through 4 weeks even before his team took the field for their Monday night game against the Redskins.
How about him as a rookie, too? It's never seemed too big for him. The guy was always very confident in his abilities, and even when he had to take over when Spencer Ware got hurt, didn't faze him not one bit. Took the ball and obviously putting up big-time numbers, and also understands that a running back stock in trade are his legs. This guy spends time in the weight room working them out.
Caught, Kelsey, left side, and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. They run again with Hunt. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
from the gun on third down. Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On fourth down, on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Out come the Steelers, and they're coming off, Charles, their first win in Baltimore since 2012. And Ben Roethlisberger in that game, 18 of 30, 216 yards.
Go back to that stat, first win in Baltimore since 2012.
Correct.
Guarantee you this, Pittsburgh does not take that lightly. All right, the AFC North, as you know, is a tough, tough division because of the way that they play. All physical teams, all teams that like to run the football and establish themselves, all with swarming defenses. Ben Roethlisberger leading that attack. I guarantee he walked out of there, high-fived everyone, and fellas, that's a huge win and maybe a springboard for them within the division.
They go play action here on first down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
Pittsburgh has long prided itself on being a defense-first team, but if you look at the last 3, 4, 5 seasons, it's been their offense that's led them. In 2016, they were 7th overall in total offense, and they can hit you through the air, on the ground. No matter what they do, they're hard to prepare for.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Reggie Ragland coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? Third and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
Here's Jordan Berry now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Nifty footwork at the 45. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach Can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a first down throw. It's Smith setting up the receiver screen here to Thomas. Whoosh. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
And now out come the Steelers. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Ranking 24th overall in total defense is not something that excites Kansas City, but they offset that in a big way in 2016. They forced 33 turnovers, which led the league by 3, and ended up plus 16 in turnover margin, which tied for first in the NFL, which helped lead them to a playoff run.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And James has it. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Jesse James, 10 catches, 131 yards in the Steelers' 2 playoff games last year. A more than reliable tight end, a guy who can create big-time plays downfield. But let's face it, partner, you love calling that name in a game, don't you?
I do. But as we saw right there, he's really reliable on 3rd down, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Jesse James.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Justin Houston, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And some room to roam now. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Smith going to give this one to Hunt. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City offense.
They ranked 20th overall in total offense in 2016. But when I look at Kansas City's offense, I see much better than that. Wide receivers who are fast and skillful downfield, running backs who make people miss and can get the ball into the end zone, a tight end who's a game breaker down the middle. I think this team is way better than the numbers suggest.
They'll try the air now with Smith. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Let's see this Pittsburgh defense now. This is a unit that if they can continue to play well, the offense plays like it can, well, Pittsburgh could be a pretty dangerous team.
There's no doubt about it. Through 4 games, allowing less than 15 points a contest. 2nd best in the NFL so far. And, you know, normally you think about Pittsburgh's defense, think about outside linebackers and the pressure that they create. Well, so far they're getting it from the defensive front with Cam Hayward. I think he's got 3 sacks so far. But Ryan Shazier is an absolute tackling machine at inside linebacker.
Yeah, he's got 30 already on the season. Now Smith from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. They'll go again with Bell. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They can get settled in here. Time expires on the first quarter of action. 0-0 our score, and we're back to Arrowhead after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Eli Rogers that time. And now it's third down. The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play.
In order to be a great player, you have to be consistent. Antonio Brown is definitely that. 4 straight seasons with 100 or more catches.
How many more years do you think he can put up that type of production?
I think at least another 4 in a row because their offense is built to get him the football, whether it's outside, inside, and he's a featured guy, and I think that he really, really wants to continue at this pace.
They'll go back to the ground with Bell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Here's Connor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first.
I know everyone wants that prototypical wide receiver, you know, the 6'3", 200-plus pound guy, like a Julio Jones and A.J. Green and Des Bryant. Antonio Brown just shatters that, doesn't he? Smaller in stature, but still able to use his quickness, his elusiveness, and his strength to create big plays.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's James. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree.
And Brandon, the pass passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips, and this one winds up getting intercepted.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And out of bounds right around the 20. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And Martavis Bryant back in the fold, which delights not just himself, but of course his quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. This guy, he can do it all, Brandon, able to go across the middle and stave off contact and make catches.
Sat out last year, as you're alluding to. Year before, though, 50 catches, 765 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. James has got it, complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from the defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Ben to throw again. And that is incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, maybe said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along, or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
On first down, it's Smith. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Tyreek Hill had the two fastest plays in the NFL last year. One on a kick return, one on a punt return, topping out at 23.24 miles per hour.
That's advanced analytics right there. Our guy Marvin, you know what he said? He's really fast.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Trying to run the option right side. Smith. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
Here's Smith on the option left. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
From the 50, it's Smith. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Offense.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Smith going to leave it to Hunt on the draw. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now Smith. He's got it to West on the dump off. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved.
False start. Offense.
Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. A shotgun snap for Smith. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, we'll send you to Orlando and Larry Ridley as he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. But no touchdown. These guys need to give Larry some touchdowns to talk about.
Things are too easy for him right now back in the studio. Come on, guys. Help the man out. Give him something to talk about.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. That's James. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
Smith on first down. Complete. This is Albert Wilson. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And Thomas has it. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. Second down and 4. From the gun, here's Smith. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. A really good pickup of 28 yards. first down. Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. T.J. Watt. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And the kick by Butker is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Speaking of Harrison Butker, how about him as a rookie? First game out there hitting the game-winning field goal against the Redskins. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, you've got some pretty good history with him, don't you, from your time back at Georgia Tech?
Yeah, he was a kicker at Georgia Tech when I worked there. And actually, we recorded his lines for this Madden game a few weeks ago, and I shot him a note, and he was all excited that he was going to be in the Madden game, and now he's winning games in the National Football League.
Absolutely justified it in a big way, and I heard that when he missed the first one, Andy Reid, the head coach, went over to talk to him, and he just said, look, just leave me alone. I just didn't hit it right. Don't worry about it. And he's like, well, this kid's got some guts. And he justified those, too.
This fielded at the 2. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Chiefs trail at home at halftime. The Steelers have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Chiefs come out on 3rd and 4. Defense is going to come away with the sack. This will go for a loss of 7. 3rd and long. Ragland's going to get the quarterback here. This will go for a loss of 8. Third down from the 30. Roethlisberger's on point with the throw, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 47-yard line. A fumble with later in the drive. So that'll do it from Orlando. Let's get back out to Arrowhead as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Stiff-armed him. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think, a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Charles, you think Big Ben is happy to have Antonio Brown on the other side of his passes?
You know he is, but he also expects it. This is how their offense runs best. When those two get together, especially early, and continue to do it throughout the game, the end result is one we're seeing right now. They're ahead on the board.
It has been early and often. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. But pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On second down, it's Bell. Down right around the 25. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going for it all. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Out to the right here to Wilson. That one goes for 24 yards. Smith with a give to Hunt, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They go play action to Hunt. Now Smith. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From the red zone now, Smith. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down forthcoming.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but at least it does draw them back level.
And that has to be job 1. A touchdown certainly would have been nice. But here, you get back on even terms. And now you've got the rest of the 2nd half to try and get yourselves in front.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start. Offense.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's second down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
On the counter, here's Bell. Oh, what a move. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Second down to the offense needing 5 yards. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. The give is to Bell. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A nice run leaves him just inches from a first. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot? Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So all 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
And all these field goals are great, but it's touchdowns that win games for you in the NFL. So you just wonder if settling for 3 on some of these drives is going to come back to haunt them.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Now Smith. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
You know, Charles, to transition totally for a second here, I'm looking down at the standings of the National Football League right now. There's a few young coaches that are having quite a bit of success early, isn't there?
They certainly are, and some of them have taken over established programs like Vance Joseph, right? The Broncos just 2 years removed from a Super Bowl, 9-7 last year, and Gary Kubiak stepped down. How about the job he's done out of the gate, has them 3-1. But for guys who are also first-time head coach, Sean McDermott in Buffalo, they're leading the AFC East. How about the job he's done in the early going? And Sean McVay has Jared Goff looking like the #1 pick in the draft overall. They played awfully well. It just won at Dallas this past week.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Out of the gun, Smith. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Chiefs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He is going to find Hill here. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A Kansas City 1st down. Smith finding Hill that time. The offense lining up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. Smith throwing again. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
To throw on 3rd down, Smith. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch right down the pipe, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
And he didn't leave much doubt there, did he? Good snap, good hold, and that one was dead center.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post, that's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And the Steelers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Man open right side, it's Rodgers. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And out come the Chiefs now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Now Hunt gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
They'll run again with Hunt. Spins past him. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On the ground, it's West again. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3.
From the 50, it's Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get the penalty yardage back exactly, 10 yards, as they'll get it to 2nd and 10.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had to read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He's going deep for Brown. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On third down, Roethlisberger. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Pass interference. Defense.
Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And McDonald here over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, and it's third down. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Going for the deep ball. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Won't make it. Off the crossbar and no good. And a big letdown there as this remains a tie game. That close to taking a fourth quarter lead, but the goalposts, they had other plans.
I thought it was on target. It looked good off his foot, but then doink, off the metal and out. And those are the kind of breaks that can definitely swing a ball game.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now it's Hunt. And he'll only only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Smith. Over the middle, open is Thomas. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They run with Hunt. Oh, good move. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
And on 4th and 1 as a running back, you're looking for any seam you can find. This is not where you want to be a hero and break off a big one. You just need to make sure you get that yard. And here he picks up the 1st down with a couple of yards to spare.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Wilson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. From the gun, here's Smith. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Albert Wilson, 42 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Butker now to kick this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 2nd down.
Second down following the incompletion. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Out left side here to Bryant. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Eli Rodgers, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, a nice spin. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. As the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Smith now to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hunt. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Three yards to go on second down. Now Smith. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Kansas City first. Smith finding his fellow Pro Bowler Kelsey. Now Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're on the outskirts of field goal range here in a tie game with a little time. So how do you handle this? What do you do here, Charles?
Everybody wants to pick up as much yardage as possible. But the weird part is for field goal kickers, being in really close sometimes puts more pressure on them because it's much more of a position kick as opposed to just going ahead and letting it out and letting it thump. A lot of guys like a little bit of distance because you know they can handle it, and it's a more natural swing of the leg.
So maybe getting inside the 20, not that big of a deal.
Not that huge of a deal. Sometimes that messes you up with the angles depending on which hash mark you're kicking from.
Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. A give to Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Second down following the run.
They'll run it with Bell. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. Now Bell. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to almost certainly win the football game. And that is no good. He pulled it just a wee bit wide left. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And boy, this is typically certainly one of the better kickers in the game. We're not used to seeing him miss 3 times from field goal range.
No, we certainly aren't. It is very out of character. He's probably had seasons where he's missed 3 field goals. Just goes to show you, no one's immune.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Shoves him aside. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's McDonald. The 30. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. A huge play there in overtime. 61 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone. This thing's over.
And I remember my coaches always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this thing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across from you and make a play. I expect them to attack on defense and not sit back.
Now Bell, and look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet at the 9-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block it. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give him another shot on third down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. All right, so they're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now it'll be up to their defense to try and see this one out.
So remember now, a field goal on this next drive would get us to sudden death. Any kind of turnover or turnover on downs would end the game, as would any touchdown. So this one's still very much up in the air.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
First throw here in overtime for Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Here's Smith. Going to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Smith. He is going to find Hill here. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And a nice gain at 21 yards. They wanted to avoid the dreaded 4th down and having to get a conversion or it being the final play. They picked it up, though, on 3rd.
I love how you described that because we've been in those situations and seen it. If you get to 4th down, especially in overtime, things get a little shakier, don't they? The hands get shaky, right? The throw, if you're going to throw the ball, being able to run it, all of that coming down to one big play. Very nice of them and nice for them to pick it up on 3rd.
On 1st down, it's Smith. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. But seeing Alex Smith here in overtime, can't help but think back to last year, opening Sunday of the season against the Chargers. He led the Chiefs back from 3 scores down to force OT, and then he won it on a touchdown run.
So has plenty of history in doing this, and right now rising to the moment again. Another overtime situation. It won't be too big for Alex Smith. I think he actually embraces this time of the game.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. To the air again, Smith. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light is still on for him.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved.
False start. Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Throwing again is Smith. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Smith keeps himself upright. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved.
False start. Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. First and 15 here behind the chains. Again, Smith. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
So that'll back them up 5. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Smith turns and gives to West. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. And the kick by Butker is good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Will 3 points be enough to do it? We'll soon know as we continue here in overtime.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. This is Bell. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on third down.
Pass situation.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Well, he flew past 200, 300, and 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This to win it in overtime. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.